Hi everyone, how are you? Today I would like to discuss the energy of Kali, and she's the dark goddess that lives in all of us sisters. It's in a time of my life where I am feeling her a lot, and I am really grateful for her to show me the way, to guide me, to burn everything that I no longer need. And I kind of wanted to talk about it because I feel like that's an energy force of the feminine that we must talk about. We have to talk about this. We have to be aware of it and use it and know how to use it as well. So I did a short video this week on my Instagram, I think, or about Kali, and I wanted to go a little deeper today. So I made a few notes. I'm going to read through them in the middle because I don't want to forget anything. So Kali is one name for this force. For the I just love to call her Kali. I love to connect with Kali. But many goddesses and many points in time in our human history have represented this energy. And this is really the energy of the black sun, which we're going to go into in a minute. So the dark goddess is connected usually to Saturn or the moon, but really she's the black sun. And we call her the Saturn or the moon because that's what these are two planets that we use the most and we kind of like know the most about, but no one actually knows about, not no one, but very few people know about the black sun. And it's the source of all life itself. It's of all physical reality. Like all planets have come from the black sun. And the black sun is this energetic, eternal womb. It's the pure feminine that all life comes from, that our physical sun comes from. So it should be no surprise that in this dark masculine society, we don't really know so much about the black sun. Yet it is the force of the black sun is used by the same people who are trying to hide this information from us as well. So the black sun, as I said, is a feminine force. So it's a downward triangle. I'm sorry, doing like this. A downward triangle. A little tired today, so I'm sorry if I'm feeling a little woozy. Also getting over some shit that wants to clear out my body, so excuse me if my voice sounds a little rugged. So it's a downward triangle. It's a feminine energy. Obviously, it's that abyss that we believe, that we know that all life comes from, right? And it's the subconscious mind, basically. It's the force of the subconscious mind. So the idea is that the black sun is this womb, eternal abyss, which worlds are birthed from, and all of us are coming from, really. But we need also the white sun. The white sun and the black sun, I call it the white sun. It's the sun that we have now, the life-giving masculine force on this planet. But we need both. We need that unity of both. We need that sacred union of both, of divine feminine, divine masculine. So the black sun, the energy of the subconscious mind, of going within, of deep introspection and diving into one's own inner, most darkest shadows, right? It's an inward and downward energy. Whereas the masculine, of course, is an upward and outward energy. That's, we see that in my symbols of sex magic. I write about the Star of David, which we know about the Star of David, and also the Merkava, which are the triangle facing upwards, the triangle facing downwards, which are basically the feminine, the masculine in perfect divine union, and how to work with those tools within sacred sexual rituals and your sexual alchemy. So the black sun is this energy, because it's feminine, it's energy of chaos, right? The masculine is order. It's clear, it's just one point of attraction. the feminine is on its own, it's just pure chaos, right? That's what the feminine is. That's why men always think we're crazy and they don't understand us, because that's, woo, what a shocker. It's this ever-changing life force, right? So when I say chaos, it's not a negative thing, right? It's not this chaotic energy that's negative and bad. On the contrary, it's, that energy of chaos, of ever-changing force, is the energy where life comes from. We need that. We just need to know how to use that. So this energy it's kind of a movement, the black sun, the subconscious, the feminine. It is a movement into itself. So like it's this constant movement within and with like this eternal going within. It's like Alice, going inside the rabbit hole. It's like it never ends, never ends, never ends. And the feminine has the ability to live in multiple worlds and multiple dimensions at the same time. I always say that. And this is true. This is the ability that men don't understand. And unfortunately, in our society today, most women don't even understand about themselves because they're not connected to their divine feminine energy. So in fact, that makes women even feel more crazy, because in this masculine world that's made by men, for men, we literally feel like we're crazy because we don't have space or a container to hold this feminine that we are, and we're not understood, not by us, not by men. So it can fucking drive us crazy. So the dark wizards that are controlling this world, and I talk about this a lot, there are dark wizards and they are controlling our reality right now. They seek to harness and use the power of the black sun in order to create and manifest their desires. This is why they need power, the power of the feminine. That's why they need women and children in their satanic rituals, because they cannot manifest or create anything. The masculine has no power of creation on its own. It needs the feminine, especially the black sun, especially that pure chaos energy. That's the black hole kind of scenario where everything comes from that pure chaos. So they need to harness that. And what's the best way to harness that? Through sexual intercourse, through sexual magic rituals. That's why my purpose is to teach about sex magic and about the feminine and about the masculine, to fucking understand that, so we can understand the forces that are controlling our reality, so that we can play their game and also create a different game and create a whole different reality. So we need to know this. This is so, so important. So they use, so these dark wizards, they need to take from the feminine. That's pure dark masculine, right? It takes, because the divine masculine gives. It's a channel of light that gives. And these guys just take. And they not only take, but they manipulate the feminine energy. They manipulate that life force, that black sun force that is in all women, in all feminine. In very baneful ways, by the way, in the most horrific, baneful, evil ways. And there is a reason to that as well, and I talk about it also in my books and my other videos. So the black sun is the most powerful force in the universe. I want you to hear that again. The black sun is the most powerful force in the universe, and it is feminine. Yes. Therefore, the feminine force is the most powerful force in the universe. That might push some button for some people, but that's the truth, people. The feminine is the most powerful force in the universe, and that is why it's been suppressed, manipulated, and distorted for so long. Completely distorted. So that we don't know how to use our own feminine energy. So that we don't have our power. So that when we come together with a man is going to think we're crazy. Or we're not going to feel safe with men, and we cannot create a sacred union like that as well. This is just a few of the reasons. So this Kali energy, this dark feminine energy, the black sun, she destroys. She transforms and transmutes, and to give space to new life. Kali is the most known dark goddess, but I said, like I said, we have a lot more dark goddesses that are depicting this this energy. So Kali, why I love about her is her depiction. She's depicted dancing with her tongue out, usually, you know, like that, on the dead bodies of men and their severed heads. You know, she's holding like a severed head of a man. That is a pure Kali energy. Now, a lot of people look at that, they don't understand it. They think, oh my God, she murders men and she, you know, it's horrible, it's evil, it's demonic. No. Kali is the destroyer of ego. She's the destroyer of the shadow side of humanity. She's that force that we must go through in order to birth this new world. We must go through that tunnel of pure chaos shadow. And yeah, she's the death of the ego. She destroys everything we no longer need, or no longer serves our soul in our divine path. She's seen as negative, you know, obviously by people who are not very conscious. Negative energy can be, you know, the negative feminine. You know, of course, we also have a negative side of the feminine, which I talk about a lot as well. Negative energy can be the shadow side of the feminine, which is manipulation, right? And instead of receiving, it takes, and it's the ego side of the feminine. It's selfish. It's but when I say this, you know, this negative force of the Kali, it's not when I speak about the force of the Kali, it's not negative. It is it represents this polarity, right? This polarity from the light, basically. It's as simple as that. Like the dark versus light, unconscious versus subconscious. The dark goddess is pure subconscious. She helps us go within, like I said, within and downward. She's hated, you know, by many, and showing and revealing the truth, because the dark goddess, she doesn't only destroy, she shows the truth. She is pure truth. There's no bullshit around her at all. Most humans are not ready or want the truth. Most women want to stay within their shadow. The dark goddess sees through the persona, right? She sees through the fakeness and the persona that people are trying to put for you. She sees through all the bullshit. That's why she's not loved. You know, that's why, you know, when a woman's in her power, and she has, especially with men around, of course it happens with women too, but especially with the men in front of her, and she sees through his shit, he will make her the devil. Story of my life. Literally all the time. So it is what it is. And of course it happens to me with women as well. If I see through, you know, when you see through people's shit and you see into their abyss, you own your own Kali, and you can see through someone else's Kali, shadow, abyss. Most of the time, you're going to be hated for it. And that person who's not ready to look at their own mirror is going to throw all their shit at you. So, but also a woman or person who can hold their Kali, that's okay. We know how to handle it, transmute it, walk away. So the dark goddess, she doesn't fake. She tells the truth just the way it is, like I said, and that's why she's been demonized for it. She destroys the fake ego. She burns it. She's direct. She brings up from the unconscious all the shadows that have been suppressed there for a very long time. And a woman who is in her Kali, she has the capability of doing that with people around her, especially close ones. She has that capability of, she doesn't have to do anything. Just by being there in their reality, in their energy field, she will bring up all their most hidden, like she'll put a light on all the hidden corners of their psyche. And that could be very scary. It could be very overwhelming for some people. I've learned in my life that most of the time, I feel like that's one of the reasons that I love to be a hermit, because I've realized that I am very able to do that for people, and it's not always a very good thing, because it could be very overwhelming, and then people blame me for all the things that are coming up for them, which in a way they should blame me because my energy does that to them, but I'm not doing anything on purpose. But so I kind of learned to notice when that happened, take myself out of that situation, and go, and that's another opportunity for me again, because everyone's a mirror, to go within again and again and again to my own psyche and my own black sun. So the Kali, she accepts and she gives pure honesty. This is the gift of the Kali. So if you are tired of bullshit, if you want to discover your own truth and truth about people around you, invite and call upon the Kali energy to help you and support you in that. She is pure direct communication. And I did find recently, for example, where obviously if you are speaking to a person who is completely detached from their own truth and completely is taken over by their ego, you cannot have, your Kali is not going to help. You just need to literally walk away. You need to walk away, because some people are just naturally destructive, not from a good place, not from the Kali place of let's destroy this, let's cut the bullshit. Some people are just pure manipulation, and unfortunately most of the men I've met in my life, not men that have been with me romantically or in any way, but I've met a lot of men who are in their shadow feminine, who are very manipulative. And in that scenario, you just gotta step back as a woman. You gotta protect yourself, and remember, the masculine gives you, the masculine gives the feminine. So if you don't have that basic energy exchange with men in your life, generally they can be friends too. They don't have to be lovers. That's not a healthy exchange for you, because that's not going to help you be in your divine feminine. So you need to make sure you surround yourself with divine masculine, because you want to keep holding that space for divine feminine at all times. Okay, and it's not easy. It's not always easy. Trust me, I know from experience. I understand. So the Kali, she will demand the deepest truth from any situation or person. I know myself that I will not take anything less than that pure God or goddess that I'm seeing in front of me. That's the way I work with women in my programs, in my sex priestess programs. That's the way I work with men, and that's the way I expect men to show up in my personal life, and women as well. I see your God, I see your goddess. I'm not going to take anything less than that. Anything less than that. And I do that with love. But I will not accept anything, because I don't accept anything less of myself. I know that I'm pure Kali most of the time, even though I don't show it outside. I could be very nice. It's not like I'm raging fire all the time. I am inside though. So I can sit there and hold that energy, and you can do the same. And with your energy, you demand that from the person. Because I can see the potential of where we all go as humanity. And I can see the truth behind all the lies and the bullshit. Why would I accept anything else? Anything less than that? Why? And you should not accept anything less as well. Not from yourself, not from the world around you. So, she will not allow to play games. And she's not going to play games. Unless some game helps you bring shadow into light, because sometimes that does help. Sometimes we need to kind of play with the ego a little bit to bring out all the shadow into the light and work with them and face them. She's still going to be the Kali, even if she chooses the game per se. She will still be aware as she chooses the game. The game doesn't choose her. The ego doesn't control the Kali. Kali controls all the ego. So she can play with all of them with the intention, with the love. And remember you can't have the Kali without the love as well. You got to have that love in there with a pure intention of shedding light and awakening and expanding and becoming more of your highest version. The dark goddess expresses her full passion, emotions, fears. She screams and dances and fucks, and she will never suppress it. All right. And I notice in myself, and I have these moments, because I'm still a human woman, I have these moments where I suppress parts of my Kali. And I immediately, I either get sick or I just get so sad, you know, and I'm not connected to my power as a woman. And I feel like my sexuality even is being influenced by that. It just affects you. It affects you. So use the power of Kali. She, you know, it's constant movement. So like really dancing all the time. If you have a man, make love to him all the time. Like if I have a man, I want to fuck him all the time, you know. So just like make sure to always be in that movement. Always allow energies to transmute through you constantly, even when you sleep, because you're this sponge and you always absorb, and you want to continue that movement of life force through you. So don't ever stop. All right. If you have any questions about this, you know, feel free to ask. And all right, so Kali also, another thing that she can do, she will cut people off immediately. Like she has that power, and I feel that I've done that many times. She will cut people off really fast if they don't fit her truth. If they are not aligned with truth, with their own higher self. Like I said, she will not accept anything less than people's higher self and her own, and she will cut them off. And if they don't embody the same integrity that she does in the moment, and I do that all the time. I'm not saying it's a good or a bad thing. I'm saying that's what I do. It's naturally what I've always been doing. I've always, even before I was awakened, I could always have that energy of like, this is not right. There's no truth in this energy exchange. I'm gonna cut this off. I don't want this mirror in front of me right now. I don't want this. So let's cut this off. But it's not just cutting the people off, because it's not, you know, cutting the people off and saying that's their fault, that's they're doing it, that's ego. You cut it off from the place of, I'm cutting that off of myself. They're showing me something in myself right now, this truth. So the Kali, she doesn't just, you know, the Kali energy in a human person right now, you know, she doesn't just look at the other people, blaming them from everything. That's bullshit. That's also ego. We are observing all of it as a part of ourselves. We are interconnected, right? I hope I made my point clear. She transmutes the darkest of energy, and for herself and for the world around her. She's a pure gift for all around her if they know how to recognize it. She helps you when you need her. So just allow her when you feel her coming through. When you feel that Kali, when you feel those feelings, that shadow, that chaos of emotions inside of you, let it out. Let it, find a healthy way to let it out and do it. I don't care how, just do it. And connect with that energy. Don't be afraid. I've been afraid the first time of my life, not the first time of my life I was Kali. I was pure Kali, pure chaos, no awareness. And then I got the awareness, but then I was like suppressing my Kali because I didn't want to hurt anyone anymore. I didn't want to create chaos. And now I'm in this place of, I'm owning my Kali. I know how to work with my Kali, right? I know how to maneuver that energy and how to use it in the best way in every situation. She's a part of me. She is me. I am the black sun, right? So yeah, just allowing that energy to come through you. Don't get it stuck inside of you. Don't get that fear and anger and all those things and rage inside of you. You gotta let them through you, transmute it. You are the vessel, you are the temple. Remember, this is the teachings of a sex priestess. So allow it to come through you, transmute it, move it through you, release it. Also, you can use it to create something. You know, the power of the feminine is creation. So we want to create something with that energy. We want to transmute it into life force. I see so many women who are just holding their emotions, and I do the same sometimes too, you know, but I catch myself really quickly and I find a way to release it. I find a way to transmute it. I don't let it out. I don't let it out on people anymore, like I used to when I was a girl, for example. I would keep it and I would use it in different ways. Yeah. So find your way. Find the way that works for you. All right. She fears nothing, the Kali. So she will be the one to guide and heal in the most darkest times in your life. When there is death, severe pain, or any endings of some sort. That's when you need the Kali. I know I need her now. There is a huge ending in my life. And she's been in my life, in kind of my space for a while now, getting bigger and bigger and bigger, guiding me more and more and more. And this pure death that I'm so welcoming, and I'm ready to enter this new dimension. So women, we really must embrace and acknowledge the dark goddess within us. She is fierce love. When she's around, it can get messy and ugly, but only true beauty and truth can be born from it. So allow it, allow it, allow it. Surrender to it. The dark goddess has a unique power to awaken the divine masculine as well. So whether you know it or not, whether you see the men around you awaken right now or not, you have done something you've transmuted the men in your life, whether you know it or not, if you really held that Kali energy. And it might take them time. It might take them their own, usually it does take them longer than us, time to wake up. But sorry men, I love you, but it's true. So yeah. She's the one who can actually shake a man up, shake the masculine up into his full conscious awareness. Now, that doesn't mean you should put up with men. That doesn't mean you should put up with bullshit or humiliation or violence or manipulation or lies. Again, you don't even have to have that man in your life in order to affect them. Remember. Another teachings that I teach in my Sex Priestess program, which is it takes time to master and embody, and a lot of reprogramming. It's once a man has been in your body, you can do anything you want to them. Now, this is not me saying you can hurt men. On the contrary, your responsibility as a fucking goddess on this planet is to awaken the masculine, is to heal, is to nourish. So when you understand your power, we can change the fucking world. And we can awaken ourselves, we can awaken the men around us, and we can create more sacred unions, which will change the world. Okay. All right, so, yeah, because the Kali, what she does. And this is, I can't get too deep into it, it's already a long video, but these are really deep. I'm gonna probably talk about it more in my Sex Priestess Manual and Advanced Sex Magic later on. And I again, this is stuff I can't do on YouTube too much, but this energy rips the masculine apart. That's why Kali is depicted the way she is, with the dead bodies and the blood and the severed heads and all that. It's because she literally would rip the masculine apart, no joke, in order to help him rebirth again. So it's an extremely powerful energy. And if you're a man listening to this, if you choose to be with a goddess, beware. Because there is going to be always some sort of crumbling of your reality happening. And it's not like she did it, but her energy embodying, if that's a woman that's aware and embodying that energy, that will happen naturally. So you got to step up, because if you won't step up, it will destroy you. That energy will absolutely destroy you. So if you don't step up your game, take action as a divine masculine, to be aware, to take responsibility for all your shit, it will destroy you from the inside out. And I'm not joking. In your physical life, in your emotional life, in your spiritual life. So grow the fuck up, take responsibility, and become more awakened into your divine masculine heart. Literally, that's the only way to go at that point. All All right. So, a few more things. I know it's a longer video than what I usually do, but it's a lot to say. And this is nothing. This is just a few things. Like, I can talk for hours about the Kali energy. So, when you embody the Kali energy, also you can become, you will become a lot more sensitive, attuned, aware to your surroundings, to people around you, to your own body. Super, like a superpower of high sensitivity, which can also be very overwhelming. It can be very tiring. You can feel exhausted, and overwhelming. So it's good to embody the Kali slowly. Allow her to, ask her to do it. Ask the Kali, the Black Sun, the Dark Goddess to help you and guide you, but slowly, in a way that will work best with the cellular memory of your body, your subconscious and conscious mind, so that it doesn't like overwhelm you, right? Because you need to do it, you need to integrate into that energy in the way that works for you, in a loving, kind way. Yeah, because you're going to be able to also see a lot clearer all the lower frequencies around you. You might even be able to see more other entities like demons or lower vibrational entities. Yep, that's one of the reasons I don't really post so much, because I have been attacked so much by lower entities, human and non-human. So, but I also have the ability to work with them. So they don't scare me or anything like that, but you have the ability to see them and to be aware of them and to be more sensitive to it. So you gotta work with your own belief system, your body, your spirit, your mind. And again, belief system is really strong. You have to understand your belief system and work with it, and don't overwhelm yourself with that energy. So in the temple, all the sisters, we've embodied the Dark Goddess a lot in order to help connect and see into people's deepest sexual needs and desires, so that we can better heal and guide them through their own subconscious and shadows. And this energy is vital for someone who wants to be a sex priestess, right? And I have, like, my program is between 6 to 8 months. Like, it's a long program that we have to really reprogram ourselves into awakening the cellular memories of what it is to be a sex priestess. And this energy, she makes the path for us to walk safely in this world, also as a woman, to feel more safe. The Kali energy makes us feel so safe, so protected, so guided, so whole within us, right? Because we have integrated our shadow and our light, and we're whole. And we have full awareness of our own sexual psyche, and all the hidden, suppressed corners of other people's sexual psyche. I can see right through people's sexual psyche and desires, and I don't tell them what I see, but I see it very clearly. And the deepest layers of a person or a collective, even. When we hold this energy, this power, we really have the ability to feel into the collective fully. So you can see why this is a big gift and a big responsibility, and you must do it with the right integrity, because if you are not in integrity working with the Kali energy or the Black Sun, it will eat you up as well. Don't think that because you're a woman and because you're this, if you use this energy in a baneful way or in a dark and shadow with your ego and bad intentions, you're gonna be okay. You will not. The Kali energy will burn and tear you apart as well. So, sisters, this is time to also grow the fuck up and own your divine feminine, so that men can follow us later on. And I love you. I see you. We are the leaders of this new world, and the new world is birthing right now through us. I love you so much. And I am a priestess of the temple. I am a servant of the mother. I am the embodiment of the mother on earth. I love you.